Hi there and welcome to Jardine Motors Group. My name's Aidan Smith and in today's video we're going to be looking at this exciting new model. This is the brand new BMW X1 Hybrid. Now, I've already done a video on the brand new X1. This is the third generation, the U11 model. And if you'd like to see that video, then you can click on the link above me. But in today's video, we're going to be focusing solely on the plug-in hybrid variants that are now available on this third generation model. In today's video, we're going to discuss that in more detail and we're also going to take the vehicle for a bit of a drive. If you have any questions at the end of this video, feel free to get in contact with a member of staff at Jardine BMW. First things first, we're going to have a look at the front of this car, and there is a massive amount of changes compared to the outgoing X1 model, the F48. Now this here is that third generation, the U11 model, and the biggest thing we notice is this larger kidney grille. It gets even bigger in this model, and actually a lot of people have divided opinion over this. I love how it gives this car an aggressive and low stance. And as part of that, this is the M Sport model, so it does have that aggressive front bumper as well, nice and sporty. It looks angry in some way. But we also have these contours up here on the bonnet, and it's really nice. It just carves into the bonnet. It gives the car a beautiful shape. What I also quite like is we have it just here, the BMW Randall finished around the outside edge in blue. Now that is a designation to show that this car is a hybrid model. It is a plug-in hybrid model, and for those of you that don't know what that is, that means that we can plug the vehicle in to obtain our electric range. Now, as we move around to the side here, speaking of plugging in, I've got my area where I can plug in the car, a little flap just here, and on the opposite corner is where I'm going to stick in my petrol. And as we move on to the back, you'll see we have plenty of design cues at the back here. We've got a nice angular appearance compared to the previous model. I really like that. And as this is the M Sport model, it has this high gloss black design located underneath here, which is slightly different and will vary depending on the model that you go for. And then we also see this model designation here of 30E, X-Drive meaning of course fully variable four-wheel drive. This is one of two of the models which I'm going to talk about in a bit more detail in a moment. We get an electronic tailgate located here as standard, and as you can see it's got all of my filming equipment in here, but I like to show that off in terms of the space that you're getting. We're getting 490 litres of boot capacity, and if I fold down the seats completely, we get 1,495 litres of boot capacity. So really impressive to see that. But lastly, I want to mention to you at the back here, we've got an area to house all of our charging cables and hide them completely out of the way. Moving on to trim levels and models, we have a choice of 3 trim levels dependent on variant chosen. We have a Sport, X-Line, or this model here, which is the M Sport. And as we start to understand the 2 models that are available for this car, BMW are offering 2 model variants for the X1 Hybrid. We have the choice of the X-Drive 25E and the X-Drive 30E. The X1 X-Drive 25E is a 1.5 3-cylinder petrol engine with 136 horsepower. We then have an electric motor attached to that with 109 horsepower, which brings a total combined of 245 horsepower. 0 to 62 is in 6.8 seconds, and we have an electric range of up to 57 miles of electric. Where it's different with this model here, the X-Drive 30E, is it features the same 1.5 3-cylinder petrol engine, but with 150 horsepower. And the electric motor attached to it is slightly higher, up to 176 horsepower, with a total combined of 326 horsepower. 0 to 62 is slightly faster in 5.6 seconds, and the electric range is up to 55 miles of electric. When it comes to batteries and charging, this is the main reason why I was looking forward to making this video today for you, because we have some very impressive things to talk about on that subject. We have a 16.3 kilowatt hour battery in this car, which is a very big battery for a hybrid, capable of up to 57 miles of electric on one model and up to 55 miles of electric on the other model. Very impressive features. But when it comes to charging this car, in previous videos, if you've been looking at videos on this channel, you may have noticed that I talk about BMW hybrids being charging 3-pin plug sockets and 3.7 kilowatts of power. This car can charge at 7.4 kilowatts of power, a very impressive feature that BMW have started to introduce on some models in the range. That means if I give you some charging times, 0 to 100% on a 3-pin plug socket would be around 7 hours and 45 minutes. 0 to 100% on the 3.7 kilowatt connection, around 4 hours and 45 minutes. But when it comes to that 7.4 kilowatt connection, 0 to 100% will take approximately 2.5 hours. Wow! So I'm out here driving the X1 Hybrid right now. I'm out in the country and it's quite a lot of bumpy roads, but I have to say this car is sucking it all up. It is so comfortable. And well, my only basis of driving an X1 Hybrid is the previous generation, which was a fantastic vehicle. I had one as a company vehicle, and well, As much as it was a fantastic vehicle, I'm driving this car right now, I've got around about 65–70% range, and it's showing 28 miles. And well, in my car, 28 miles was a full charge, so we have a tremendous improvement against the previous model. If I was to press the little button with the 3 lines in a car, then it comes up with drivetrain and chassis. I'm going to hit that button now, and if I was to go onto that, I have a choice to activate electric driving mode, or I can get it to automatically activate automatically every time the vehicle is started or high power is requested. Now, I would heavily recommend that we set that mode in this car, because we're going to try and drive this car electric as much as possible to get the best efficiency possible out of this car. I can also maintain battery charge. Now, it will be maintained for electric driving. I can activate it once per use, and the reason why that is a good feature is it will actually knock out of the electric and go into the 1.5 petrol engine. What that will then do is that, as an example, I may be driving into a city or an area where I need the electric range for later, and that means it can be better placed somewhere along a longer journey, for example. A fantastic feature that BMW have had in a couple of their hybrids now for some time. There's even the My BMW app, which also gives great functionality with your electric or hybrid vehicle. It allows you to lock and unlock the vehicle. We can also check charge status whilst we're at it as well. So to sum up, a fantastic model with 2 variants, twice the charging speed than we're used to, and plenty of technology inside and a wonderful drive. I hope you've enjoyed this video today, and if you have any questions, feel free to get in contact with a member of staff at Jardine BMW. Thank you.